I can barely watch Demon Slayer because of that. Like Tanjiro's like, oh, I'm so weak, oh, I don't deserve it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, no bro, like, you're the main character, you better start showing some main character energy. Hello again, guys. Just want to thank you again for watching Zenth Form. I'm your host Zen. Join me as we have some healthy Demon Slayer debate and discussion. Going to be talking mostly about season 2 and where I think it's going to be going from here. There may be some spoilers in this video, so you've been warned, just to let you know. And yeah, going forward as well for season 3. But yeah, definitely if you haven't seen season 2 at this point, it just came out on Netflix, so now you have no excuse. So definitely get up and just go see it. It's not that bad. So without further ado, let's get into the video, guys. Alright, so off the bat, I gotta just say that I watched the first season in English dub. So, my fault, English sub. So, whoever hates me for that, you guys can hate me. It is what it is. If you want to call me not a real otaku, hey, well, shove it up yours. Because I didn't have time to watch it in Japanese and sit down and pay attention, you know, just throughout all the time. We have lives and I gotta do other things. So, there's that. One Easter egg that was interesting, so Inosuke's voice actor is actually the voice actor from Billy and Mandy, and he's Billy, I'm pretty sure, and I think it went pretty well. That was the one thing. And actually, as you get further into the season, some English voice actors I feel actually did better than their Japanese counterparts, so that was very interesting. Off rip, off jump, I gotta say, what I didn't enjoy about Demon Slayer, which is kind of like a Demon Slayer trope at this point, is it spends too much time on flashbacks and just getting us caught up with the story, where it's like, if I really want to do that, I would just watch Mugen Train, you know, to be caught up with everything that was going on. Like, we understand the last Hashira died, everyone's sad, you know, we're all in tears, you know, like, I wanted to get to the action. That's kind of my thing. Like, I watch for action. Like, if I wanted to watch something, you know, emotional and gushy, I'd go watch one of those high school soap opera animes. But, you know, obviously I'm watching Demon Slayer, so we don't really see any real action until season 4, episode 4, which is like not ideal. But hey, you know, some guys, if you're like a guy that likes story and a little build up, you little horny bastards, then I can understand where you guys are coming from with that, you little naughty boys. But other than that, I'm a guy that likes to get right to the action. By episode like 5 or 6, I was just so tired of them using that flashily phrase, but kind of grew on me by that point. You know, we're doing everything flashily, which was kind of cool. I definitely liked Uzui's character. I feel like they could have given him like a little bit more, but you'll see what I mean by the end of the season if you get to that point. Like, I just feel like they chew up and spit up characters in Demon Slayer. Like, it's kind of like, oh yeah, he's that guy, he's cool, oh, he's gone. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, like, who is gonna be, I guess Tanjiro is the only consistent character with any real long consistency that's gonna last throughout the show. But, and then obviously the main crew with Zenitsu and Inosuke, but everyone else just seems like they're not really permanent. I kind of also felt that way about some characters from Chainsaw Man, but we'll see as the show progresses. Another question I must ask is, do the Demon Slayer Corps have any real formal training? Because like, they always talk about training, but then when it's time for the actual battle, it seems like they don't know how to fight in a team. They're always ending up in one-on-one battles. They're always getting separated. They're like having the hardest time finding the demon. It's like, who planned this mission? Like, it always seems like they're fighting a uphill battle and the mission just doesn't seem very clear. I don't know. Maybe it's plot. This is plot. That's what they want. Maybe the Demon Slayer Corps has been fighting losing battle. I'm pretty sure that's what they've been saying, but it just seems a little off to me. I don't know. It just seems a little bit less believable. Another plot armor that I really was not happy about was Nezuko. I mean, I know some of you horny bastards would be happy about Nezuko and her, you know, her newfound abilities, if you know what I'm talking about. But it just didn't make sense. I'm like, oh wait, so now she's stronger than someone in the upper ranks, an upper rank demon? Like, is that how we doing plot armor now? And by the way, that completely fucks the power scaling. But we'll get into that later. I might create a whole separate video on why Demon Slayer's power scaling is just fucked at this point. I don't even see, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no power scaling. Hopefully they implement something, because I mean, there really is no, other than like the breathing styles, which really are all separate, there is no real power scaling on who's stronger. I mean, they have like they have a small caste system of, like, they explain at some point that all three, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Tanjiro, have moved up in their whatever ranking system there is. But even then, it's kind of like, how weak are they in the Hashira, how strong are the Hashira? I don't know. They keep getting their ass kicked, so I really can't tell. So yeah, there's my problem with that. Because then, like, the upper rank demon that they're facing, that basically is the main villain of this season, ends up being 2-1, and then she's still gets her ass kicked by Nezuko, and Nezuko could have ended them then, but then they don't. Then the brother comes out and beats the shit out of the Hashira. It's just like, it's like, make it make sense, please, Gatoge, Koyoharu Gatoge. I don't know if this was your thing. Maybe this just might be just an anime only thing, because I know there's a lot of discrepancies and a lot of, like, nuances in the manga and the anime, so maybe that just might be an anime thing. But at some point, someone needs to come along and make it make sense for me. Now I have to address the whole Zenitsu thing. Like, I get it's an anime, I get it's a show, but it's just, at this point, it's just not making any sense. Like, when he goes into his, first of all, let's say he only knows one form of breathing. Most of the other fighters know at least 2 or 3 forms. Like, you know, he'll do thunder breathing, first form, like, that's still his only form. Season 2, and it's going into season 3, he hasn't learned another form. He does it while he's asleep, and then even while he's asleep, he's in this, like, alter ego character where his voice changes and he's all his basically his mannerisms change and how he acts. And then I thought, which is okay, like, I thought that was all right, because as we see with Rock Lee, he's been able to do that, like, go unconscious and fight. But he can run around unconscious around the map and react throughout the fights while asleep, and he doesn't wake up till after the fight. I'm like, all right, that's just not even realistic. Like, I understand, like, it's weird because Demon Slayer, part of Demon Slayer is, like, very serious and morbid and gruesome, and, you know, people die. It kind of reminds me a lot of Attack on Titan, with, like, you know, the amount of despair and just treachery that I guess the viewer is meant to feel. But then it's like, they throw, like, Attack on Titan was really good because there wasn't really much comedy. It would be like slight hints of comedy where it's like, all right, that was kind of funny, but barely. But Demon Slayer is like, they try to be really funny at times where it's like, I don't know, it's not working for me. Like, it just doesn't, because it's like, are we serious, are we not? I don't know. One thing they did do right, which I really appreciated, was I was loving Uzui Tengen's Macho Man character. Like, the guy had 3 wives. Come on, guy, who can't love a guy like that? Like, he had 3 wives. He just was, you know, all guts. Just all guts, man. Like, literally, he's fighting with poison in his body. He's just like, yeah, I don't feel a thing. I really respected that. And I think we need to go back to drawing and creating characters like that again, and straying away from that, like, oh, I'm a weakling, I can't do anything trope. Because that attitude from Tanjiro was really pissing me off. It's honestly pissing me off the whole show. Like, I can barely watch Demon Slayer because of that. Like, Tanjiro's like, oh, I'm so weak, oh, I don't deserve it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, no, bro, like, you're the main character, you better start showing some main character energy. Kind of what I didn't like from Deku either in My Hero Academia. Like, it's like, bro, you're the main character. Like, can we stop drawing these main characters, like, so weak and always giving mercy to the enemies? Like, no, I want to bathe in the blood of our enemies. Like, come on, bro. But hey, by the way, before we end the video, I want to give a quick shout out to Tanjiro's broken thumbs, because those things were just hanging out the whole video, like, literally hilarious. But yeah, before I even end the video, one last thing. I don't know if they're gonna keep going with this thing, but Tanjiro's, like, third person voice where he, like, thinks to himself when he's fighting. It's like, oh, I have to do it, I have to cut it, I have to avoid this attack before it hits me. Like, it just sounds so soft, bro. I don't know if other characters used to do that. I don't know where they got that from, but they need to get rid of that. And Tanjiro just needs to man up and start being more serious. But I think maybe they're doing that as a way to provide some depth as we continue on to the seasons, because let's face it, Demon Slayer isn't really going anywhere. So great season in my opinion. I give it an 8 out of 10. It just took a long time to build up, but definitely go check it out, guys. I'm definitely going to do a video on the power scaling of Demon Slayer and why I just don't appreciate it at all and it makes zero sense. But other than that, definitely leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to share with your friends and just check out my other content as well. I got a lot of anime content on here. But I thank you for really tuning in, guys, and just sticking with me. This will be all for the video. I hope to see you again next time. And don't forget to find your Zen, your final form. And I'll see you next time.